Well, the roof is closed, but as you can probably tell, the mouths of these Cowboy fans could not be more wide open. It is a frenzied AT&T Stadium in Arlington. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
One thing he does very well, he takes care of the football. Had 176 pass attempts to start his career without an interception. That's the most in NFL history. And finished his rookie year, 23 touchdown passes and only 4 interceptions.
First down, Prescott. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards on the play, first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Prescott on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
The 40-yard line.
And again, it's Prescott. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. This one caught left side by Cooper. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Oh, nice move. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. So here are the Giants under head coach Joe Judge. They'll be led out by their quarterback at 6'2" out of Auburn. It's Jarrett Stidham.
You know what I did in pregame? I made sure I touched him as he went by. I want a little bit of what he's got.
The golden arm from last week.
Oh, how much fun was that to watch that game tape, all right? The number of touchdowns, what was that, 5 last week?
Yeah.
But 0 interceptions. So you think he's due to throw a pick, but I'm betting that he continues the streak in this game.
They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. The numbers for him from a week ago. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On the draw, this is Barkley. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. The throw right sideline here is complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
A first down carry for Barkley. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 31-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Giant ball carrier.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
And 7 yards to go.
From the gun, it's Stidham. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand.
Complete to Saquon Barkley.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just kind of shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
On the run, it's Barkley. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
At the 8-yard line.
To throw is Stidham. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first, it's good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was,
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. So that drive spans 13 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
And 10. At the 25-yard line.
Prescott from the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 78 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
A first down throw for Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Elliott. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
This is something cornerbacks love to do, and that's outthink a quarterback. If you get a sense that they're going to throw a quick out route or a quick hitch, you can just lay back an extra yard or two, but then really put your foot in the turf and drive on the football. And here I think he baited the quarterback into the throw and made it pay off.
High throw, but he makes the catch. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop you, keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. Stidham, 3rd down from the gun. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Rosas' kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-0.
Giants 10. Cowboys nothing.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying thanks a lot. You held them to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He needs to go out now and make up for what he did on the first drive.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2.
He was taken down behind the line.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Prescott. Not with the connection there. It's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Stidham from the shotgun. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Dexter Lawrence in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott, and he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. eluding the pressure right. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did once, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter. On first down, Stidham. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
First down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now it's Barkley. Oh, and breaks another. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. The Giants on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call. And they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Matt LaFleur, some confidence in his offense. His guys going here on 4th down. They'll run for it with Barkley. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And he's got it, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
Touchdown.
A 12-yard touchdown grab, and the Giants are able to grow their lead.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
Rosas to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25 yards.
Let's see what our player spotlight feature has in store with Dak Prescott. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31-yard line. Draw play, Elliott. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Prescott to throw it. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy 1st.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
At the 37-yard line.
Here's Elliott. And he stopped immediately there.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
No gain on the play.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the 1st before he's brought down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. That catch good for only a couple.
At the Giants' 30-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott, wide open receiver, complete.
Cowboys. 1st and 10 at the...
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
From the red zone now, Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. They'll throw again. Prescott. This will be caught at about the 5. Yeah, the Cowboys are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Now Elliott. A strong running, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Cowboys get a bit closer. second effort there. He was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And it's 17-7. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. At his current pace, sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season. But some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those veteran runners, some of those guys who wear gold jackets, right, and appear in Canton, they look at this and go, you know, it's kind of like going to school and taking 5 years to get your degree instead of just 4.
A victory lap. Well, they also used to walk uphill to school both ways.
In the snow.
In the snow.
Blizzards.
Milk was 5 cents. Hey, but he's having a great year, not to take anything away from him. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's third down.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. This offense, number 1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
To Sterling Shepard. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 42-yard line.
Out of the gun, Stidham. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion. Of course, he's coming off that NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance. 2 scores in that game a week ago.
And how did he get them? Speed is one thing, but how about the niftiness in his route running, able to cross people up in the secondary and make sure that they can't quite get to him before the ball arrives. He's something after the catch as well.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing again here, Stidham. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Again, Stidham. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 24-yard line.
First down, Giants.
Stidham going back to the air. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Complete to
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down. Stidham will throw again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
Number 26.
Saquon Barkley hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Giants add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Rosas now to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on second down, Prescott. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. On third down, Elliott. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on second and third.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital, and it's the Jaguars who are out in front. The Jaguars looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And at this point, they trail the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson, 2 touchdown passes thus far. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. 17-7, the final score. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
New York ready to go again offensively. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
First down, New York.
This is Barkley. Gain of 3, second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now it's Stidham. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit the tackle there to Jordan Lewis.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. On third down, Stidham. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play, because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
On 4th down, Joe Judge makes the decision. They're going for it. They'll run with Barkley. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Here's Stidham to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Now Stidham. And it is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Now, there was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And the lead is now 24. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Zeke going to get it on the option. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that will be incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll run with Barkley. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Stidham. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Stidham. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. They worked very well there for a 1st down.
And he's going to take this down to about the 17. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll go to Barkley again, and he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
At the 3-yard line.
On 2nd down now, Barkley, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Stopped short of the goal line. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
From the gun, it's Stidham. And that's going to be caught. Oh, a one-handed grab there. He's got it for a touchdown.
Touchdown, New York.
A sensational one-handed grab in the end zone for the score. Looked like you at the Davis Turkey Bowl every year in the backyard in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, you're so kind. That's definitely in my mind. But how about this? They always tell guys going after the ball, the receivers especially, you got to have a single-minded obsession to go get it. How about going up with a single hand and making that happen? I don't know if it gets much better than what we just saw there.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up!
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And 8.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And 10. At their own 26.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He has been a factor in a multitude of ways. Over 100 yards rushing. He's approaching that number in the receiving category, too.
And you know why I've always respected guys who can have these types of games? As a runner, you're going through a pile. People are raking at the football all the time. Your hands take a beating, okay? And to be able to still go out and catch the football in open field after going through that guy's dynamite.
He's been dynamite in this game so far. We'll see defensively if they have an answer, because they need to come up with something. Down left side, a completion to his tight end, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down, New York.
Barkley. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
He's brought down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Touchdown, Giants. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 19 on the year. And this offense is running away with this one.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And he's able to put it through. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. On 2nd and 9, Prescott got his man complete over the middle. It's Elliott. And he's brought down after a very nice game. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Prescott now from the 50. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 10 more there and another first down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the Giants' 25-yard line.
Prescott yet again. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. To the air again, Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And the Cowboys are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
5-yard line.
And again, it's Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys are able to make things a bit more respectable.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Giants take over.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field.
taken down.
A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 62 yards on the ground.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be here. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Coverage on the play by Trayvon Diggs.
2nd and 10 now. Stidham. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 3rd and 2 now. Stidham. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants.
To number 87.
Sterling Shepard with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left, and their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And this one quickly to Lamb. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 30.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott to the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
39-yard line.
Now Prescott. Flush to his right, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Another try after the 1st down sack. Prescott able to hit his target, Lamb. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Lamb. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Elliott.
Prescott's pass.
No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 5.
They'll throw again. Prescott. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And a very elusive run as he'll wind up getting about 9 on that one. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
2nd and 1.
To throw is Stidham. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is
tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Complete to Saquon Barkley.
And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
On first down, Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves. The big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And he will have a Giants first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
First down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he gets it all the way down to the 3. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. He covered a lot of ground, great blocking, and now they can sniff that end zone.
They certainly can, and because of that run, maybe you come back and fake it to him on this play and throw a little play action. Someone should break wide open.
Score again, yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them, well on their way to another victory, riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen, and so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Rosas to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
And out now come the Cowboys. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. Cooper's got it. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Prescott looks to throw on first. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Credit the sack there to Arden Key.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Dexter Lawrence picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. First down throw for Prescott. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down and a 21-yard gain. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And the Cowboys are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Giants, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.